Hey there everybody, That's here and I'm welcoming you guys to the very first episode of Experience Share. It's going to be a weekly, little show that I'm starting and it's going to be made at helping newer players improve in different metagames. This week's episode is actually going to be about VGC 2014, but we'll be covering other stuff, like singles, probably some Little Cup, maybe some Ubers, maybe some triples, rotation, special format, battle spot, everything to just help newer players feel more comfortable playing the game. So like I said, this first episode is going to be covering VGC doubles, and I already gave a brief explanation of what experience share is. For those of you guys that don't know, the experience share, you can see it on the screen, is an item that lets you share experience with all of your Pokemon in battles. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be trying to do with the community. I'm going to be sharing my information, sharing replays, and generally just getting the word out there to newer players. Just try and help them out because it's a lot of fun for me to cast replays too, and I think that there's a lot of people that can learn from really cool replays, really cool tech stuff that I have to show you guys. So first episode is going to be some VGC 2014 tournaments. I have two tournaments that I played in, Nugget Bridge Live tournaments that were about a week before Worlds, and I've been really holding off on uploading these replays because they had a lot of the World competitors teams in them. A lot of the people that went to Worlds that represented USA told me not to release these teams, and I just kind of got lazy and never released it. So this is going to be pretty much me casting my replays. I got third in both these tournaments, so I probably have about 15 replays to go over with you guys. If anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them, in the chat or in the video description because we'll be uploading this to YouTube. So without further ado, it's showing the experience share on the screen right now because I just wanted a default pick, but we're actually going to go down to our verse recorder, it's what we're going to use for pretty much going over all these replays. So, I'm going to open up reverse recorder, pretty standard stuff here. One thing I really like about the experience share thing, like this whole video series, is you can see my Garchomp has like the experience share helmet on, and it's like experience share. I think it's a really cool like little logo for it. You guys know I really like to have Mega Garchomp. So let's find these replays. Actually, they're actually probably going to be pretty far back. Alright. Keep going, man. I have a bunch of these things. Alright, so this is actually the very first battle I have to show you guys. It is against a player you guys probably know. It's against Aaron Cybertron Zhang. I'm sure you guys have heard of him before. He's one of the best US VGC 2000 or 2000 anything players. He's been playing VGC forever, and this is his team. You can't see the Gothitelle. It's like cut off right there by my Garchomp, but this is his team that he brought to Worlds, and he didn't want me to release any of his information because obviously he didn't want it to get spoiled. Like I said, I waited a long time to upload these because Worlds was like a couple weeks ago now, but I think it's definitely enough time because I waited for him to pretty much do his team release. I didn't want to give any information out that he didn't want out. I think it's generally safe to show you guys all these replays now. You can see his team is going to be Rotom Heat, Kangaskhan, Hariyama, and Gothitelle. I'm leading off to go with my Salamence, Scizor, Garchomp, and my Rotom Heat. I'm actually not bringing my Mega this game, and all these games are going to be best 2 out of 3. One of the things we're really going to focus on looking at in these games is playing in a best of 3 format. What I mean by that is it's not just like, well, you gotta win 2 before you lose 2. It's not that simple. You want to win game 1 with showing the least amount of information possible. You can really try and go ham in this format and try and just win game 1 and show everything as it would regularly be in a VGC tournament. But since these games we're preparing for Worlds, these are, you gotta play a lot safer in best of 3 format because you really don't want to reveal anything. Like, even if you're about to lose, you're going to see a few of the games I show you guys, people kind of just scoop early because they don't want to show hidden items or hidden movesets on their Pokemon. So one of the things I really want to get you guys knowing is just playing in a best of 3 format because it's actually a lot different from just the regular best of 1. So let's just start this up. I'll be explaining things as I go. My team is pretty weird. For those of you guys that have seen any of my battles, I use a lot of tech stuff. I use that Habombre on my Salamence. I use a Sash on my Garchomp. I don't even use Rock Slide. I like Swords Dance on it. I use Scarf Rotom. My team is super gimmicky. So I really expect him to lead with Gothitelle. So I lead with my Scizor, which is my counter for it, and I lead with Salamence to get an Intimidate just in case he led with Kangaskhan. I luckily hit Hariyama with it. So I get a decent Intimidate off on there turn 1. And we're going to expect the fake out to come out from the Hariyama. Generally going on the Scizor, that's fine. I generally expected that. He gets the crit, doesn't really matter. And we're going to pop a Dragon Pulse off. Now, he's probably expecting me to be Scarf, and it's going to show that, like, I'm the fastest thing on the board. He's going to get his Trick Room up, and there's nothing I can really do about it, but my things aren't super fast. Remember, he is expecting my Salamence to be Choice Scarf, which it isn't. Now I can pop Protect and generally just wait out these Trick Rooms. Not really going to take that long. You see he's going to go for the knockoff, it's not going to hit. And he's going to go for the Psychic, and it's not going to hit. So he generally probably expected my Scizor to protect, and he went for a nuke on my Salamence, which paid off in my favor and let me get off a Swords Dance with my Scizor. We're then going to see his Hariyama. Remember, it is intimidated to go for a stabbed close combat onto my Scizor. Not going to do a whole lot. It's going to cut its defenses. And now Gothitelle is going to go for a Psychic on my Salamence, just spreading the damage. Pretty smart to do there. We're then going to see me go for a huge X-Scissor on this Gothitelle, knocking it out, one-shotting it. Super effective X-Scissor after that Swords Dance is so strong. And Salamence is just going to get a decent Dragon Pulse off from this Hariyama. I would say my Salamence is probably my MVP of this match. It just stays on the board for so long and has just such great coverage. I really like it over the Choice Scarf variant, especially against Trick Room teams. We're then going to see him come in with his Rotom Heat, and we're going to see Hariyama go for Helping Hand, a very uncommon move on Hariyama, but it's great to see it when you do. My Scizor is going to protect, obviously, because I do not want to eat this Thunderbolt or Overheat. I really would not like to eat that. And he opts to go for the Thunderbolt on my Scizor, while my Salamence gets to go for a Hydro Pump. Some people may ask why I like Hydro Pump over Stone Edge. It's personal preference, as well as a couple other little reasons you'll see in later replays, because you can get intimidated where Stone Edge doesn't work, and Hydro Pump's actually stronger in the rain, so I like to go for that Hydro Pump. Just a little bit of... There's definitely arguments to be made for both sides. So starting the next turn, we're seeing his Hariyama switch out, and my Scizor just went for a standard Bullet Punch onto the Kangaskhan. I knew I was going to get knocked out anyway, so I wanted to get a lot of good damage on there. And it lets my Salamence pretty much go for another Hydro Pump, and I am going to miss Rotom Heat. And it really sucks that I missed Rotom Heat, but I still feel like I'm in the driver's seat this game. So I'm going to send up my Garchomp, and we're going to see Rotom withdraw. I didn't really expect him to withdraw there, but I'm really happy that he did. He was probably going to be killed if he didn't withdraw there. So generally the right move there. We're going to see Kangaskhan go for that Mega Evolution. Pretty standard to see Kangaskhan Mega Evolve. I mean, if the Kangaskhan isn't Mega Evolving, it's not doing its job, right? So Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve, but it's already dangerously low. And he's going to pop a Protect. So I really like to see Protect on Kangaskhan's, but I think he's just like... I really think that he should have just not protected there and saved that information for game 2. Because now I know, I mean, he has to cut a move if he wants to protect on there. That's all it says. So Rotom's going to come back in, and he just leaves right there, opting to not show any more moves. You probably realized he should have ran last turn. So that was game 1. I didn't reveal my Salamance's item. I didn't reveal my Garchomp's item. I didn't reveal that I even brought Rotom, and I showed that my Scizor has Swords Dance. All in all, I showed no information other than my Salamence not having a Choice Scarf. And I think that's great for me. So that was game 1. We're going to go into game 2 now. So you see my team, I have to go with Choice Scarf Rotom, Citrus Berry, full special wall like Bolt Gyarados, Mega Manectric, and my Salamence again. Like I said, he is my MVP. So, sorry, I was just looking at chat for a sec. We're going to see Aaron Zhang go off with his Ferrothorn, Kangaskhan, Gothitelle, and Rotom Heat. I think that he would throw Rotom Heat and Gothitelle, which is like I mixed that up. So anyways, let's start this game up. Generally, we brought a lot of the same Pokemon and a couple different ones. We're going to see his Ferrothorn, and we're actually going to see my Mega this game. So we're going to see Aaron Zhang lead off. Remember, I am up a 1-0. And I'm going to lead off with Rotom Gyarados. And this is a combo that you don't really ever see that often. People generally would not expect you to discharge if you have your Gyarados out. And discharging is not even really good against this type of team anyways. And I figured I could just go for stuff like this. So I go for a Volt Switch onto the Rotom Heat. You always want to Volt Switch the target of something you don't want to attack. Let's say I Volt Switched into the Gothitelle and it protected. I would be stuck there, and I don't want to be stuck there. So just a little bit of a tip there. You always want to Volt Switch into something that you know won't protect. So I knew he was going to go for Electric Attack. That's why I did Volt Switch. And procs my Lightning Rod on my Mega Manectric, so it's definitely what I want to see. I come in and eat a Psychic, but it's really no big deal. We're going to see Rotom switch because he's generally forced to switch here. I mean, he can go for Overheat, but I don't think it's safe to. So Manectric's going to go for Thunderbolt, targeting the Gothitelle. I opt to not Mega Evolve here. And, yeah, I just wanted to protect my Gyarados for another turn. And I fall for the stupid switch into Ferrothorn. I'm going to take a ton of damage from Iron Bobbers, and I think he has Rocky Helmet as well. That kind of sucks. Now, next turn is something that, you see that I think I get one shot. I think I get knocked out from this Psychic. I made the priority call to not Mega Evolve there, because remember the Rotom was still on the board. So not only did I protect my Gyarados for another turn, completely protected it, I also didn't show my Mega in case this goes to game 3. Like I said, I already feel like I'm generally I'm not super behind. I feel very safe playing against his team. I know a lot of his EV spreads and moves already. So following my Manectric there was something that had to be done, but, you know, it works out. We're going to get a Waterfall off on the Gothitelle. It's almost going to get the KO, and I expect to switch into the Ferrothorn, and I go, or sorry, from Ferrothorn, and I go for a Hydro Pump on Rotom. And I luckily get the flinch on the Gothitelle. That's huge. So at this point, I'm just going to go for Protect. I still don't know the exact item on that Rotom or its spread, so I just opted to go for Protect. I don't want to eat that Thunderbolt unless I have to. And I'm going to go for a Dragon Pulse targeting Gothitelle. So I just got a free complete kill on the Gothitelle that turn, which is exactly what I wanted to see. So Gothitelle's going to go down. We're even up at one Pokemon, but his Rotom is low. Now, his Kangaskhan's going to come in. Unluckily, I have both my Intimidators already on the board. I decide it's probably safer to switch one out, especially the one that can probably get hit with an electric attack. And that definitely save my Intimidate for later, because Intimidate's going to be something that's really good to use against Kangaskhan. So Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve, and it's going to go for a Double Edge. Very, very, very strong Double Edge coming out of this guy. And it's going to hit my Salamence. And look at that damage. This is a full HP Salamence, and that damage is just ridiculous. If I wasn't full HP, I'd definitely be dead. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Pulse, and I'm targeting Rotom because I know that I do not need the Hydro Pump to finish this guy off. So Rotom is going to go down, and Ferrothorn's going to come back out now. These are his last two Pokemon, and I still have, I think, Gyarados in the back, so I'm feeling very safe. I go for an Overheat, and what's really cool is I target Kangaskhan with this Overheat because I know that he's going to target someone else. I generally win the game this turn. It's a very, very cool turn for me. He probably expected me to target the Ferrothorn, but I can kill Ferrothorn with anything. I knew he was going to Double Edge, so if I get a little bit of damage off onto the Kangaskhan, I figure I can probably win the game, which happens. His Kangaskhan is going to faint thanks to Recoil, and that leaves Salamence to use Flamethrower on Ferrothorn. Really great turn for me. I played that probably one of the best ways it could have been played. I mean, I could have just attacked the Ferrothorn with Rotom, and then lost Rotom for free, and then had to fight Kangaskhan like 2v1 with like one low Pokemon and one not low Pokemon and potentially lost, but I made the right plays there, and I won the match 2-0, and this was right before Worlds, so I hope Aaron didn't like lose any comments with his team. I know my team is really gimmicky, so it's not something he probably just shrugged it off as like, whatever, it's Pokemon. So that was the first round of the Nugget Bridge Major Tournament. I entered about a week before Worlds. This is just the first round. We have a lot more replays to show you guys. So let's go to the next one. So we're looking at this replay now. We're going to see my team's going to be Mega Manectric, Gyarados, Garchomp, and Rotom Heat. We haven't really seen me use my Garchomp that much. This is a Sandveil set with Focus Sash and Swords Dance. You know, the standard set has, you know, Rough Skin, Lumberry, and like Rock Slide. Mine's a bit different. Same EV spread, you know, it's going to be that jolly, but it's generally... The Rough Skin set says, I want to take damage, right? That's what it says, like, please attack me, I want to deal recoil damage to you for proccing my Rough Skin. I really like using a Sash on my Garchomp. I have used it since the 2013 VGC season, and, you know, the Sash set says I don't want to take damage. And I really like using the Sandveil set because it also complements the not taking damage part of it. I really like bringing this guy to fight T-Tars. You know, Sandveil is a very underrated ability in VGC 2014. I really think that it could be better than most people are giving credit for, so that's why I'm using it on my Garchomp. It's also another type of thing, is another way of explaining it is, it's something I can just get away with. Most often than not, if my opponent has a Kangaskhan, they're not going to attack my Garchomp. That's just straight up how it goes. There are no physical attackers in the game that are like, dude, I'm down to attack that Garchomp. Unless it's like a Garchomp mirror, where they have to. But there are no physical attackers that are like, dude, I'm about to attack that Garchomp, and it's going to be the best. They're not going to attack me, because if I don't have a Lumberry, I have a Rocky Helmet, which means they're taking like half their life that turn. And that's something that no one wants to do. So I really think I can get away with the Sandveil. In this whole 2 tournaments, you don't see it cost me once, and you actually see me get away with the Sandveil proc like once or twice. So I think it's really cool, and I think in this game, the Gardevoir like traces my Sandveil, and it's one of these games, and it's actually pretty funny. I've tested both of them, and in certain tournaments I do use the Rough Skin one, but right now, for this tournament, since I was just testing stuff, I went for the Sandveil. So without further ado, you know, I'm going to start this battle up. I know it took a long time to talk about that, but I'll definitely be coming back to it later in the broadcast. So let's start this up. I'm going to take a sip of my drink because I'm talking way too fast. Alright, so I lead off with Gyarados Manectric. Great lead right here for me. It intimidates my opponent and protects my Gyarados. from any electric attacks. And what it's going to let me do is I'm just going to ignore that Talon Flame. He's no big deal, and he's probably expecting me to Waterfall, which is why he's switching, and I know he's switching. It lets me get a free taunt on this Rotom, which means Rotom can't Thunderbolt my Gyarados, and he can't Will-O-Wisp me either. So he's forced into Hydro Pump my Manectric, which we know he's not going to do. He actually went for the Light Screen that turn, which was huge. I just thought that was the perfect lead for the situation. I completely read that correctly. And I'm going to switch now because I'm planning on Mega Evolving to get Intimidated off on that Garchomp so I do not die from an Earthquake just in case he's Scarfed. So remember, I will not die if he is Intimidated. If he's at -1, I won't die from the Earthquake. And that's only if he's Scarfed. I'm just being completely safe against the Scarf right here. So I go for a Hidden Power Ice onto the Garchomp, and it actually is going to get the kill. It rarely gets the kill, and I think like it's really like 1 or 2 out of 6. It's like 1/8 chance to kill. I think that's how low it is. And there's a Thunderbolt onto my Gyarados. He definitely expected me to. Well, what was my Gyarados became my Rotom. He definitely expected me to Mega Evolve there. We're going to see Gardevoir come in and trace my Intimidate, which isn't very good in this situation. It's intimidating 2 special attackers. And now we're going to see me go for Discharge. The Discharge is a really weird move. I love having it on my Choice Scarf Rotom. And I just want to do a little bit of extra damage. I'm expecting him to Thunderbolt my Rotom. I'm expecting him to Thunderbolt it, expect me to go back into Gyarados. So I'm playing a little bit greedy this turn. You see me eat a Moonblast from this Gardevoir, and it is almost going to knock me out, and he does go for the Thunderbolt. So I definitely played this correctly. I don't think it was that big of a gamble. I think it was just something that I knew I could get away with, so I went for it. And now this turn, you're going to see me switch into my Gyarados. I get a useless Intimidate off here, but since I know that he's going to go for Hydro Pump, it's just a completely free switch. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to save my Choice Scarf Rotom to check his Gardevoir later in the game if I can't kill it. We're also going to see me Volt Switch out. I'm not doing that much damage with a Volt Switch. It's just about saving my Intimidates for later. I'm going to come with my Rotom, and my plan is to overheat the Gyarados next turn. You know, because I knew he was going to Moonblast, and I knew I would eat it well. But I get a special attack drop, and that is actually huge. I knew I could have one-shotted or finished it off with Overheat, but at this point, you know, he's a little bit too healthy for me to finish off with Overheat. I'm going to go with the Protect, because like I said, I really want to kill this Gardevoir before I do anything else. My Overheat is going to come out strong, but he's at about 40%, so I'm not going to get the kill. It's very unfortunate. So Moonblast is going to come on. Misses on Gyarados, well, Gyarados protected. And Hydro Pump is going to hit very hard, and I'm actually kind of happy that it killed my Rotom, because at that point, he was almost a liability. So, Rotom is going to go down, and Garchomp's going to come out. So, remember, this is a Sash Garchomp, and Gardevoir is going to withdraw. I think that's really questionable. He just probably didn't want to fodder it, or he was expecting my Earthquake. So, Garchomp's going to just Dragon Claw this Rotom. I can almost kill it, and that was my plan, and I'm just going to Waterfall, because I was expecting to be faster than Gardevoir, and even if I wasn't, I know I'm faster than Rotom. So we swapped out his Gardevoir to avoid it being killed by Garchomp into a free Waterfall for my Talonflame. We're then going to see Rotom go for a Will-O-Wisp on my Gyarados, but it's a little bit too late. You know, he probably would have been better off just Thunderbolting it. Alright, so Gardevoir is going to come back out. He's going to Trace, and he's going to get my Intimidate. It's actually the best possible Trace he could get in this situation. But, you know, it's a little bit too late. Both his Pokemon are really low. He's not going to want to reveal anything else, and he's just going to run from there. So, that was game 1. I don't remember the username of this player, but definitely a really cool game. And what I saw from Team Preview was the potential to lead Rotom and Gardevoir. One of the biggest weaknesses for my team is Rotom Wash. I have to trade inefficiently against them every time, and it's not like I'm really weak against Rotom Wash. Like I said, I just have to trade inefficiently. I have to pretty much double attack it or attack it 2 or 3 times to take it out. And it's just how it goes. You know, you can't have everything. And I've seen Rotom Wash go on the decline, so I took a gamble and went with a team that was not the best at dealing with it. So I expect him to lead Gardevoir Rotom next turn, which is what he goes for. And I lead with a team to take full advantage of that. Now you're going to see me do one of the coolest openers I think I've ever done this season for VGC 2014, and is actually a really cool game. So let's start it up. So this is how it's going to go. He's going to lead with Rotom and Gardevoir, and I'm going to lead with Scizor and Garchomp. Now remember, Gardevoir gets a move called Ally Switch. It switches them. So like let's say I were to attack, I would attack, if I targeted Gardevoir, I would now attack Rotom, and if I attacked Rotom, I would now be targeting Gardevoir. They switch sides. So you see Trace my Sandveil, ha. So there's the Ally Switch. Now he's expecting me to Dragon Claw Rotom, which would now be Gardevoir, and Bullet Punch Gardevoir, which would now be Rotom, effectively wasting my turn. I'm going to waste his time and go for a double Swords Dance. Now most people expect Garchomp to have a Lumberry and Scizor to have a Sizzlrite, so or some other item. So he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, but I proc my Lumberry. I completely took nothing this turn other than my Lumberry going away, and I got 2 Swords Dances off. Now, start of turn 2, he's going to go Ally Switch again, try to negate my damage twice. Remember, I've called all of this. It's a very good game for me. And I just go for Protect Earthquake. And Rotom obviously has that Levitate, but, you know, Gardevoir doesn't have that Levitate, and Gardevoir is going to take a +2 EQ to the face and go down. So, one good thing my opponent does this turn is he does go for that Will-O-Wisp on that Garchomp. Very smart play there. He knows I do not have a Lumberry on that Pokemon. So, very good from him. You know, he's going to burn me and take away my Sash. So, we're then going to see Lucario come in. Remember, I still have my Scizor at +2, and my Garchomp is still actually a force to be reckoned with. He's expecting me to go for like another EQ potentially, and I'm just not going to take the bait. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw on the Rotom, doing a decent amount of damage. He's going to hit with the second Will-O-Wisp, which kind of sucks on my Scizor. Kind of makes me sad, because I think I made the right call. Yeah, X-Scizor, I did make the right call and nuked the Rotom. I would have got the kill on it, but sadly I just, you know, procced a Citrus Berry. Like I said, I have to trade extremely inefficiently when dealing with Rotom Wash. So I'm going to take that static burn damage at the end of the turn, but I still feel like I'm very, very ahead, because he's down that Gardevoir versus my team that's pretty weak against it. So we're now going to see Lucario Mega Evolve, a very uncommon Mega in, you know, the VGC 2014 metagame. And he's going to go for a double Protect. I think that is a double Protect. And that was pretty strong. My Scizor is going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to do the same combo from turn 2. I think I'm going for that EQ, and he definitely called me on it. Great call from him. So, like I said, last 2 turns haven't been the greatest because I'm still eating that Hydro Pump from this Rotom, you know, but I still take out that Gardevoir for free, and anything I can get done with these guys. I did break the Rotom Citrus Berry and do a decent chunk to it, and I guess the Lucario's Protect is on cooldown, so I'm feeling pretty good here. So we're going to see Lucario attack me. He knows that I do not have that Rough Skin. I do have that Sandveil because he traced it. That kind of sucks. And I'm going to eat this Hydro Pump. I just want to do a little bit more damage with my Scizor before I go down. So X-Scizor will come out. Hits pretty decently on that Rotom. And I'm going to take that static burn damage. So I'm going to come out with my Salamence. Remember, he's probably expecting this guy to be Choice Scarf because I don't think I've used it yet. But it is not Choice Scarf. And I can pretty much check either of these Pokemon with my Salamence. So he's going to withdraw the Lucario because he's probably expecting me to Flamethrower. And he goes into his Garchomp. And my Scizor is going to go for a Bullet Punch, and it's actually targeting Garchomp. I was just doing static damage on him just to do it, no big deal. And I will take Rough Skin damage, and I will go down for that. I just figured, like, any damage is better than none, and I go for a Dragon Pulse on Rotom. So I was just covering all my bases there, because for some reason, I expected Lucario to go for, like, another Protect shenanigan thing again. And I'm not really scared of this Garchomp either, so we're going to see Lucario come back in, and I'm going to bring in my Gyarados in as my last Pokemon, and it's going to get a huge double Intimidate off on 2 physical attackers. I'm feeling very confident right now. We're going to see Lucario go for a Protect, and we're going to see Garchomp go for Protect. So a double Protect right off the bat, trying to waste my time, and, you know, like I said, I'm not Choice Scarfed. And I think he noticed that after noticing my Gyarados went first. We're going to see Lucario go for Feint, because there's nothing else he can really do. I resist most of his moves. And Garchomp go for Rock Slide. You know, Rock Slide's really the only thing he can get here. A flinch on me would be very, very good for him. And he's going to proc my Citrus Berry on my Gyarados, which is, like, kind of bad, kind of good. Because if I did lose, I would have revealed that Citrus Berry. But I didn't get flinch, and I do get to attack the Lucario, healing about 55%, putting it a little bit into the yellow. We're then going to see Lucario at the start of the next turn go for a big close combat, realizing this is probably his last turn on the board. He's probably thinking he has this game in the bag, because, you know, he can just kill my Salamence. But I do have that Habon Berry. It's going to cut the damage I take by 50%. I will be able to live through this Dragon Claw, and I will be able to retaliate with a Waterfall on the Lucario, and then a Dragon Pulse onto the Garchomp, winning me the game this turn. You know, I really think the Habomberry Salamence and Habomberry Hydreigon uh, have a decent spot in the metagame. I really just don't like those Choice Scarf sets on them. And that's just me. Choice Spec sets I actually really agree with, but not the Choice Scarf sets. So I did get the 2-0 in this round, so I'm into round 3 in the Nugget Bridge live tournament that I am casting. So I really played that turn 1 very, very well. I expected the ally switch lead, and I took full advantage of my opponent going for a greedy lead like that, with an even greedier lead myself going for a double Swords Dance. So really liked that game, really happy about it. That was one of my favorite games of the tournament. Alright, so let's go into the next round. Alright, who is this person? This person, I think it's one of the Nugget Bridge people. This is a Nugget Bridge tournament. It's obviously a Nugget Bridge live tournament, but I don't remember this guy's name either, because this was like a couple weeks ago. But I think he's one of the people in charge of one of the NPA teams. I don't remember. Anyways, we're going to see him have it. Raichu, Gengar, Politoed, and Kingdra. Looks like a very standard Perish Lock team. Not opting to use the lock part of it in the Gothitelle of this game. But, Raichu's great, Mega Gengar's really good, and Politoed, Kingdra are great cleanup crew. Versus my Rotom, Heat, Garchomp, Salamence, and Scizor. See me go for a little bit of an EQ discharge potential lead here. I really like that lead, and we're just going to see what I can get done. A lot of people question my thought process of bringing Rotom Heat to fight against, the water team with a Raichu in it. But I think that's a reason why you should bring it. And I really like bringing Rotom Heat against Shadow Tag users because I can Volt Switch out. That's just a little bit of my 2 cents. So let's just start this game up and get right into it. Alright. So I'm going to lead off with this, Rotom Heat and Garchomp versus Raichu and Gengar. So the potential for, Perish Song is real, potential for fake outs, encores, just a bunch of stall, time wasting generally can't happen in this matchup. So we're going to see the Mega Gengar come out. One thing to note is he's really weak to Earthquake over there. And I wonder if I should fall for it. We're going to see my Rotom, obviously go for the Overheat and the Volt Switch come out from the Raichu. This is something that is a really weird turn 1 from me, right? You're just going to see how it has to go out. So I overheated onto the Gengar. Now I know I can't switch because the Shadow Tag, and I'm Choice Scarf, so I'm stuck using Overheat with this Politoed out here. I can't believe I didn't see that coming, and I'm just gonna have to go for Overheat again. Remember, it's really weak in the rain, but I think I get a crit on it. Yeah, so crit Overheat in the rain. Not gonna do all that much, but it's gonna do enough, and we're gonna see that big Perish Song come out. And this is a very lucky turn for me. That crit really helped, but I don't know if I needed it. I really think that Scrafty's a better lead because it stops Gengar from just eating these Earthquakes and going down. Like pairing Scrafty with Gengar I think is much better than Raichu. But I am going to get an Earthquake off, and I'm thinking, well, Politoed's free to attack me. But he switches out with an eject button because I hit him with an Earthquake. So right away, Gengar's down. Politoed switches out, his item's gone, and I am Perish Songed. But now I'm free to do whatever I want. I can switch out if I have to. I'm probably going to switch my Rotom out. That's what I go for this turn. And, it was stuck using Overheat, and it has Perish Song, so I'm just going to switch out into my Salamence here. Because I'm generally expecting, a Fake Out or, something weird. Even if he goes for, Muddy Water or something, I'm fine. And Garchomp's also going to switch out. So I'm going to switch out my Garchomp, and I am going to come in with my Scizor here. I bring Scizor in all the games against this team. I really like Scizor in this matchup. I'm going to eat that Fake Out, not going to do all that much. And Muddy Water will come out, and he's going to miss on my Salamence, which is actually, pretty cool. Pretty cool to miss my Salamence, because it doesn't show how much HP I lose. He'd probably know that I was a full HP set, judging by how much the Muddy Water did. And I'm going to go with a Bullet Punch. I'm just going to break the Raichu Sash, and probably go down to a Muddy Water. That's my plan. His Kingdra opts to go for a Dragon Pulse on my Salamence, which I was baiting. He's probably thinking he can get the kill, but, that Habomberry is going to save me. It's going to weaken the damage. You're going to see him take Life Orb damage again, and he's going to go for a Volt Switch. He's definitely targeting my Scizor because he thought the Dragon Pulse would kill. So Scizor is going to go down, but I already broke the Raichu Sash, which is, exactly what I wanted to see. And my Salamence still hasn't attacked yet. He's very slow. So I will go last this turn, and I will be able to knock out the Kingdra with a Dragon Pulse. So I remember telling you guys that you always want to save your tricks for later games in the tournament, or later games in the best of 3. But this one I had to do this earlier, else I wouldn't have been able to even get close to winning this game. Because this guy's a very strong team. So he has Raichu, Politoed left, and I come out with my Sash, Garchomp. I'm protecting because I really do not want to reveal that I have a Sash until I have to. I'm double protecting, like I said, I do not want to eat a Fake Out. That's what I do not want to see happen here. So Fake Out is going to come onto my Garchomp, and Ice Beam is going to come onto my Garchomp. So very, very good, and it was also the last turn of rain, so definitely good for me there. We're going to see Encore come out. You know, that's generally expected. I knew that was going to happen 100%, and obviously it's forcing me to protect. And Dragon Pulse is going to come in on Raichu. I was generally assuming, after I saw the eject button onto the Politoed, that I was faster with my Salamence just because my base speed is faster, judging by how much the Earthquake did as well. And my Garchomp is stuck using Protect, but it's really no big deal. So my Salamence is going to go down, but remember I still have my Rotom left, so Rotom will be able to come back out, and Garchomp's forced to Protect. There we go, we get the Protect. Awesome. And Rotom's just going to Volt Switch. I don't think I have anything to Volt Switch to, but Politoed without the rain can't kill Rotom with Scald. Maybe if he had like Hydro or something, but Scald won't be able to do it. And it's going to leave me at 10 HP. Can't burn me, I'm a Fire type, sorry. Garchomp's going to go for that another Protect again because it's forced to, and Volt Switch will be able to clean up Politoed. So, very good to see from me right there. I played the game to the best of my abilities. I think the crit on the Gengar helped a lot, but I don't know if I needed it because I wasn't intimidated. So that was game 1. I revealed a lot of my tricks, but I saved my Sash on Garchomp. So now that he knows I have a Halbombre on my Salamence, he probably won't keep his Kingdra in against it. But he will keep his Kingdra in against my Garchomp, which is what I'm thinking I'm going to do for game 2. Alright, yeah. So, game 2 is going to happen. I'm going to lead off the same leads, and I'm thinking I'm just not going to play the turn 1 as shitty, because I played turn 1 really shitty. We're going to see him go Kingdra, Politoed, Gengar, Raichu. He brought the same 4. I opted to bring my Gyarados instead of my Salamence, because, like I said, I already revealed Salamance's tricks, and it's only good like that one time. So, we're going to start game 2 up. I feel that Gyarados might be a better pick against a water team to stop the Kingdra and the Politoed, and I can just start throwing Thunder Waves at him. That was my plan. Alright, so we're going to see Politoed Kingdra. Great start from him, you know. Get that rain going, get that Swift Swim started. It's exactly what you want to see. So, Garchomp is going to go for the Protect. Like I said, I'm just playing it very, very safe. Muddy Water's going to come out, and he's going to miss on my Rotom. I was actually very surprised to see that he was faster than my full-speed Rotom. I got very lucky there. Very, very lucky. And we're going to force Politoed out after the eject button. So remember, you don't switch if you hit an eject button Pokemon, which is another reason, like, I can't believe I've fucked up turn 1 again. So I have to switch again. Because I was like, wait, he has an eject button. That means I don't switch if I Volt Switch. I should have just, like, discharged. So I come with my Gyarados, get a pretty useless Intimidate off. And I'm in like a really, really bad spot. My turn 1 was almost as bad as last game. It forces my Garchomp to switch because I'd have to eat a Encore. I go into my Scizor again. I'm always coming in with Scizor to eat these Muddy Waters. And at least Gyarados won't be able to take that much damage because he does resist it. But it's almost going to knock out my my Scizor. So obviously the Raichu's going to go for Encore on what was Garchomp's going to fail. We're then going to see my Gyarados go for Protect. I don't want to eat a Volt Switch unless I have to. And I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch. So far, what my Scizor has done both games is come in on a Muddy Water, not died, and broken Raichu's Sash. Which is exactly what I want out of it. But it's, sucks it couldn't do more. Because this is a Pokemon that can really, really flourish in this matchup if you don't switch in on something. So, we're going to see Kingdra take even more Life Orb damage and Volt Switch not hit my Gyarados. I'm then going to come in with my Garchomp. Encore won't work on me. Now it's time for me to totally like wreck this Kingdra with a Dragon Claw. That's my plan. And I'm going to come in with my my Rotom, and Kingdra goes for a Protect. And I'm thinking, that's really weird. Why doesn't he just attack me? He's running out of turns on his Rain. He goes for the Volt Switch on my, what was Gyarados, now Rotom Heat. And we know that another Pokemon is going to come back out. And I feel like this game is just slipping away from me, because I really wanted this Kingdra to trade with me, but it didn't work out that way. So we're then going to see Gengar Mega Evolve, and this is like the most wrecked turn I've like ever been. Like I got so wrecked this turn. This is like, I know I'm uploading replays of me doing good, but like you can't win them all, guys. We're going to see Muddy Water come out. It's just going to destroy my Rotom, do a lot of damage to my Garchomp, and then I was expecting like a Perish Song, so I was like, it's fine, I'm good. I'll just kill them all. And he's like, well, I don't need a Perish Song. Like, I can just attack you. Which is exactly what he goes for. Kind of sucks to see. So, Garchomp is going to go down, and this is going to be my first loss of the tournament, but it is a best-of-3 format, and I did win Game 1, so we are going to Game 3. You see, I throw my Gyarados out here, but I'm not going to waste anyone's time, can't win them all, and Gyarados is not coming back to win this game. So, that was Game 2. I got rickety wrecked. So, going to Game 3, I can't play turn 1 as bad as I played both these games. It's not even like I really played terribly. It's just that I got outplayed, and it's something that happens. I was really fortunate to win Game 1 after being that bad. So, gonna go into Game 3, and when in doubt, lead with those double dragons. Go with that Salamence Garchomp. One of them has to be able to hit Kingdra, right? So I'm going with Garchomp, Salamence, Scizor, and Manectric. Finally bringing in my Mega into this game. The playtime's over. I'm done with these Raichu Volt switching into eject buttons, trapping my turn 1. We're also going to see Kingdra Raichu, very uncommon, but it has potential to Volt Switch into the Politoed, start up the rain, and just steamroll from there. He brought the same 4 Pokemon all 4 games. He also had the Gothitelle and I think a Ferrothorn in his team. So, really, really good team from him. He's, like I said, he's a very, very good player. And going into Game 3, let's start it up. It's so hot in my house, you guys wouldn't believe it. Alright, so, Garchomp and Salamence, when in doubt, go for the double dragon leads, and hope to God one of them hits the Kingdra, right? I also have the EQ combo. I can EQ these guys if I want to. Like, EQ Dragon Pulse would be pretty sick. So, I get intimidated off, not going to do that much. Kingdra's going to protect. And I should have just seen this coming. I should have just protected with my Salamence, and been fine, but I got greedy. Because I could have just got a free Earthquake right here. A little free Earthquake. And depending on how much he does with the Dragon Pulse, my Habomberry might not even be able to save me because I've taken a nice chunk of damage. It's pretty much negated my HP EVs. And we're going to see the Drizzle Politoed come in. And, at least I went for the Earthquake, right? But it's not even like a good thing. Because he then gets to get rid of his Politoed. And come in with, I don't even remember what it is. It's probably Gengar. Just to make me mad. Yeah, it's going to be Gengar. No, there's an air conditioner in my room. It's just on the other side of it, and it doesn't make it that cold. So we're gonna see my Garchomp go for a Protect here, right? And my Salamence go for a Protect here, because I'm safe, and I don't want to get disabled by this Gengar. I really think if I just get my Dragon moves disabled, I'll be dead. And Gengar, both turns negated. I'm also wasting time on the rain. So we're gonna see Gengar Mega Evolve. It's really cool to note that he didn't Mega Evolve last turn. That was really. He's definitely Earthquakeable now. So Kingdra's going to go for Protect. And I know how this turn's going to go. I can see it. So Gengar's going to go for Protect. We're trading Protects here, and I knew that I can get away with this. So Garchomp went for a Swords Dance. I was just feeling. I was like, I know that he's going to ignore my Garchomp. Why not, right? And Salamence went for the Protect. Sorry, Salamence went for the, you saw what happened. Yeah, Salamence went for Dragon Pulse. So Salamence barely lives through the Habomberry. And he was generally expecting my Garchomp to protect this turn, so that's probably why he, for the most part, ignored it. Yeah, because one of the best things to do after getting off a Swords Dance is protecting to bait them into attacking you. And I didn't do that because remember, he does not know that I have a Sash. He has no idea. So he could have attacked me. It would have killed me, but then he would have lost one of his Pokemon on my Salamence, and I was completely fine trading that stuff. I ended up getting a very, very good situation out of it. Remember, I still have my Sash, I think. So, we're going to see Politoed and Raichu come out, and I'm going to bring my Scizor out. I didn't actually switch in on the Muddy Water, so I can actually use my Scizor the way it's supposed to be used. Raichu's going to go for a Protect, and Garchomp's going to go for a Protect. I didn't want to eat a Fake out there, and this is actually going to be a really cool thing that I do this turn. So, Politoed's also going to go for Protect, blah, 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 all these things are happening. Scizor goes for X, Scizor doesn't hit anyone, it's no big deal. So, this is pretty cool. I knew Raichu's, really looking to Encore me. So I just pop a Protect anyways. I'm like, I'm going to protect this Encore and X-Scissor this Raichu. He goes for Encore, not going to hit. Scald's going to come out onto my Scizor. I actually think he gets the burn here. But, whatever. Got that Lumberry, no problem. All the hacks in the world can't save you at this point because I played this turn correctly. Scizor's going to come out, X-Scissoring the Raichu. It's going to clock that Sash, and my Scizor has been the answer to Raichu this whole series, I think. So Bullet Punch is going to take it out. Remember, I'm not Encored into protecting because I protected against the Encore off the double protect last turn. It was really cool. And Garchomp's going to Dragon Claw, and I think it is enough to take out this Politoed after my +2. So, bam. Gonna win this game. Gonna go up to the series 2-1, and I think this is my 3rd round. That was a really good game. I didn't misplay. Like I said, I just didn't play it. I got outplayed. That's like the best way to say it. I got outplayed turn 1 every single game in this series, and I still managed to get the 2-1 victory. Very happy with my performance. So, go on to the next correct. Yeah. So this game is against, obviously, there's a Gothitelle, Hydreigon, what is that, Abomasnow, and Mega Mawile. Really tanky stuff. I thought I had a good matchup, but this is actually going to be the round that I lose. This is the semifinals of the tournament, and this is a week before Worlds, so like these last few rounds have been like all people who are actually going to Worlds, and yeah, they have pretty good teams if they're going to Worlds. So this is the round that you're gonna see me get wrecked and get destroyed. So let's just start it up. You see how we EQ Discharge, Salamence, Scizor. Scizor is pretty good against Abomasnow. Salamence is good against most of his Pokemon. Garchomp has a Stash, Rotom has a Scarf. Rotom's good against most of his Pokemon as well. I thought I had a good matchup. I really did. But that's just not how the cookie crumbles. So let's start it up. What is this guy's name? I don't remember these guys. I should have wrote down their actual like IDs, but it's fine. So I'm going to go with that potential EQ Discharge lead. And he's going to go with a Trick Room Hydreigon lead. I still think I have a great matchup. I'm going to go for a Discharge. I would really like to get something. I think I just want a little bit of damage from the Hydreigon. And, because I don't know if he's full, like, speed or whatever, or full HP. I'm going to get a kill on the Hydreigon turn 1. And I feel really ahead. I don't know. Like, I knew he was going to get Trick Room off. That was my best option to stop the Trick Room, was literally to Discharge and hope that he gets paralyzed. He's going to come out with, the Abomasnow now. And I still feel really ahead. I got a Rotom Heat and a Garchomp that's stashed. I should be able to do whatever I want. So he's going to go for a Blizzard. Obviously, Blizzard has 100% accuracy in the Hail. He's going to clock my Sash. First time that happened in a few rounds. And, yeah, I mean, he's going to Psychic me. And he's going to target my Rotom, which is exactly what I want. But I'm not going to get the turn I really want out of this. I'm going to Dragon Claw and just not get the amount of damage that I want. Remember, I am Choice Scarfed, so like I cannot just overheat this Abomasnow. And I was pretty sure he was Sashed anyways. And I don't get any Paras. That really sucks. I haven't gotten a Para any of the turns I've done this. And I proc a Citrus Berry, so not the best turn. No priority moves here, so I'm probably going to lose both my Pokemon next turn. I am going to lose Garchomp just to the Hail. So that kind of sucks. It gives me a chance, though, to come out. I think I want to come out with Scizor. If I was me, I'd send Scizor out here. Alright, yeah, I made the right choice. So Scizor is going to come out here, and he's going to protect with the Abomasnow, which is definitely the right play here. And he's going to protect with the Gothitelle. Another very correct play here, and I'm too gung-ho. I go for a Bullet Punch on Abomasnow, and I discharge my Scizor, really willing to just do a little bit more damage to that Gothitelle. I got way too greedy, and I should have took more time and looked at the board correctly. Because he knew that I was going to discharge it, and I knew that I was going to discharge my Scizor too, but I just wanted to get that damage. I was very greedy. So I took useless damage last turn for no reason. And my Rotom's going to go down to this, going to go down to the Blizzard. I didn't opt to go for the Bullet Punch that turn, so my Scizor's going to take a bunch of damage, like way too much damage for free. And it's going to go for the X Scizor, targeting the Gothitelle. And I am going to get the KO on it, but like, I'm still just really, really behind. And I only have he's just obviously going to protect next turn. And I'm going to die to Hail. We then see the Mawile come out, and Mawile versus Salamence. I'm pretty sure you guys know who wins that matchup, especially Mawile and Abomasnow versus Salamence. So I get an Intimidate off, he gets an Intimidate off, but like I said, there's not really that much I can do against this guy's team. He has just a very strong team. Sometimes standard Trick Room is just too much to overcome like gimmicks, because I would say that my team is very gimmicky, and gimmicks can only get you so far. Alright, so I'm going to protect here. I know that Scizor's going to go down, and I'd rather not take all that damage for free. And he actually didn't go for the protect. I really thought that he would. So I opted to go for just a little bit of a greedy play. Didn't pay off, and game 1 is going to be over. And what really sucks is I showed that my Salamence wasn't scarfed. So I think that's one of the biggest things to take away from this game is I showed a little bit of my hand I didn't have to show. Twisted Dimensions turn back to normal, but this game's over. So game 1 is going to be me going down. And we're going to look at game 2. We're going to see, I think that's, the same Pokemon, different order. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to lead with my best possible team leads to stop Trick Room. I'm going to bring my Netric here just because I like its coverage and it's not locked into something like Rotom Heat. They generally have the same type of coverage moves, you know, Fire, Ice, and Electric. But my Netric's not locked into that just one move, so I generally think it would do better. So let's start it up. Like I said, I'm not doing that hot, but I am playing in the semifinal match of a tournament with the best in North America in it. So I'm happy I got this far. I know I'm like spoiling it a little bit, but I'm still happy I got this far. So I'm going to go Scizor, Gyarados, get that nice Intimidate off, but not nearly as nice as his. I should have expected him to lead with Mawile. I don't know. Maybe because this tournament took like all day. I could have just been tired. I'm still okay with the way the leads turned out, but you know, Scizor's checked by Hydreigon, and that sucks. I really expected the Gothitelle to be the lead there. We see it coming now, but it's a little bit too late. Scizor's going to go for a Protect here. And I'm playing like right into his hands. I just feel like I'm playing to his hands everywhere I go. He obviously expects me to go for the Protect there and decides to go for a Draco instead on one of probably my biggest threat, which is my Gyarados. And he is going to get the one-shot. So I can confirm the specs right there. And my Gyarados has a decent amount of Special D. And I'm just really surprised that one-shotted. Definitely confirming the specs that turn. So we're going to see him withdraw the Hydreigon, not willing to fodder it to my Garchomp. Decides to go into the Mawile for a second Intimidate. I mean, I am just getting outplayed super hard by this guy. He's just running miles around. He's switching and just keeping the momentum. Like, I can't seem to get a turn on this guy. I luckily get a critical hit. Like, that's literally, I get a critical hit, you know, goes through the attack drops, gonna kill the Gothitelle before Trick Room comes out. But I'm still sitting here with a -2 Scizor and a -1 Garchomp. And he sends out Hydreigon and goes for a double switch into, I think that is his Abomasnow. So Abomasnow is going to come out. Start of that Snow Warning, you're going to break my Sash, and like the momentum's still his, and all he's doing is switching. He hasn't attacked in like 2 turns. So Mawile is going to get the Mega Evolve here, but things just aren't looking too good for our hero, man. So he's going to Mega Evolve. No more switching that Mawile out. Bullet Punch is going to come in, and that's not doing anything to that guy. Dragon Claw's also going to come in. I nuked him, but all those Intimidates are really paying off. He's going to go for a Player from my Garchomp. Remember, I don't have Rough Skin. I got that Sand Veil. Wish it was Snow Cloak. It's going to clock my Sash, but I will go down to the Hail at the end of the turn. I think we're still only at, like, you know, 1 Pokemon lost each or something like that. But it's just, I don't know. It's just not there's nothing I can do to get the momentum back. He's not even in the Trick Room, and he's dictating the play. That's how good this guy is. So Magic's going to come in. I'm going to Mega Evolve, get an Intimidate off on that Mawile, and I'm hoping that I can kill the Abomasnow, I think, with a Sucker Punch. I'm planning, I think, on Sucker Punch Flamethrower, but there's no beating this guy. I don't know what it is. My team just is too fast, I think, to deal with a team this bulky. I just sacrificed way too much bulk for speed, I think. So Swords Dance is going to come out. It's my only way to get back in the game because I know I realize I can't finish off the Abomasnow with a Bullet Punch. I'll have to do it next turn. And he's going to hit with a huge Blizzard, almost one-shotting my Manectric. It's going to get a critical hit on it, actually. And Player Off is going to be enough. So it didn't even matter that he got the crit because he was going to kill me anyways. I could have went for the Bullet Punch, but unless he got a crit on it, I wouldn't have been able to break the Abomasnow. Remember, he still has that Hydreigon left. That's like really, really annoying. So I'm going to come in. Alright, I'm out of Pokemon. I'm going to go for another Swords Dance then, because I'm out of Pokemon. This is my only chance to get enough Swords Dances to finish off the Hydreigon when it comes out. So he's going to go for a Blizzard, and I just took way too much damage this turn. It would have been very beneficial for him to go for a Protect with any of these Pokemon. My plan kind of was to, you know, Swords Dance, and then Protect, and then hopefully the Mawile would die to the Hail. Then I could finish off the Hydreigon with a Bullet Punch, and then hopefully like Abomasnow like misses a Blizzard because Hail's gone, and I take him out with a Bullet Punch. But you know, sadly things didn't turn out that way, and this is where I got eliminated from the tournament. This guy that beat me won the tournament. There was a probably about 40 or 50 people in it. Maybe about 40. I'll probably give like a link to the what was it? There's an actual tournament bracket on Challenge or something. But generally a great tournament for me. I ended up getting third because the person that beat me won the tournament. And, you know, I had a lot of fun playing against a lot of people's Worlds team. I think this guy was from Germany. And it was just a tournament on Nugget Bridge. It was one of the Nugget Bridge live tournaments about a week before Worlds. So I hope you guys learned something about playing doubles, playing VGC 2014 doubles in this episode of EXP Share. If you guys have any questions on movesets or items or anything that you saw in these videos or anything in doubles in general, feel free to like leave a comment because I will be uploading this to YouTube, or just ask me a question on Twitch because I am live streaming this right now. That's why you guys see me get distracted every once in a while. I tend to like look at my chat, which is over there, and I see really weird questions. Like some person was talking like about like soak fire types, then will-o-wisping it. That was what people were talking about earlier. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you coming out and watching this episode 1 of Experience Share. Episode 2 will probably also be VGC Doubles. It's another Nugget Bridge live tournament. After that, I think I'm going to transition into more battle spot stuff because the season is coming to an end. And I have a lot of replays showing how to, climb the ladder with, rotation teams, triples teams, and the special format teams for the season. So, thank you guys for coming and checking this out. I really appreciate the new followers I got on Twitch. Thank you guys for following. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, and I love to bring you guys the best content I can. So thank you guys for coming and checking this out. Feel free to check out my other social media, like Twitter, YouTube, stuff like that for any updates on when we're going to go live next time. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, like I said, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.